where the theme this week is strengthen your softness, which I sent that email out, and feel free to write this at the top of your journal if you want. And it's a renaissance towards your true power. So strength in your softness, a renaissance towards your true power, which for any Aries here, I think you'll really relate to that, because there's a lot of strength, a lot of energy, a lot of momentum in the energy of Aries, which, because we're just in a new moon, we're all going to feel that energy right now, particularly anyone who's actually has their sun in Aries. And so there's a lot of strength to this Aries energy. And so it's essential for us to remember our softness, and that our softness has that strength. This new moon energy in particular is really a lot about the physical body, health, and self-care. So one of the places that I study about the new moon is the powerpath.com, which I highly recommend. I mention it, I think, every new moon. And this is what they say about this new moon. This moon brings up the physical body, the condition of your health, reevaluation of the structure of your self-care, and a reflection of what needs to change in your daily organization of life. Anyone feeling that? I know when I read that, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I feel like I just got back on from a week-long holiday on Sunday, and all I did is I wanted to do is like go on my calendar and really like reorganize things. And I was focusing so much on my health. I was, making sure all of that was in the calendar first. And then I went and started studying this particular new moon this month, and I was like, oh dang, okay, it's right on track. So in general, the Aries new moon brings this energy of action, like I said. Though this particular new moon, so we're all going to feel this kind of forward momentum, this sense of pulling forward and taking charge and taking action, and really bringing ideas into fruition. However, there's some challenges that can come up with that, as Aries is also squaring Pluto right now. And Pluto represents rebirth, and it also represents the underworld. So Pluto's about our personal hero and heroine's journey. It's going into the underworld. It's looking at the shadow side. It's looking at the things we don't necessarily want to look at. And so on this journey towards action and towards growth and towards momentum forward, we're also going to be asked to look at the dark side, look at the shadow, and especially this week in particular. So just be very, this is such a perfect, there's strength in softness theme, especially for this week, because stuff around our limiting beliefs can really come up this entire month moving forward, but in particular this week, if it hasn't already started to come up, especially limiting beliefs around self-worth and feeling like a deservability around those areas. So just be mindful of that. We'll be diving a little bit into some questions to help us navigate that a little bit better, navigate the challenges. But mostly what this new moon is really going to invite all of us into is to focus on our goals and the life that we wish to create. So this next 28 days, and we're already a couple days into it, is about staying steadfast in your determination with what you actually want to create. Some of the Aries traits, so it's a fire sign, that's where there's all this energy and creation. It's also the symbol of the ram. So all of us can fall prey to the energy of pushing forward if we're not mindful, just like a ram, like pushing forward no matter what. So also be mindful of that. And a mantra that can be really helpful in the next few weeks, if you're noticing that kind of pushing, and not tapping into strength through softness, is I'm allowed to slow down to speed up. That could be a really good mantra for an Aries, and a really good mantra for all of us in the next few weeks. I am allowed to slow down to speed up. So the strengths, the gifts, the light of Aries is, and these are all strengths and qualities that we can really take on in the next few weeks, because we have so much of this Aries energy in the stratosphere, is it's a time to be bold. So Aries are bold, they're extremely independent people. So this is a time for us to really find our independence, be with that. They're very creative souls, very active souls, and natural leaders. So all of those qualities can show up in ourself, in our life, more powerfully in the next few weeks. Now, some of what would be more of like the shadow side of Aries, or the way I like to look at it, is lessons that the Aries are here to learn, is around impatience. So noticing like quick temper or getting grumpy really easy. Aries can, I keep seeing Jody nod her head, can become easily frustrated or irritable, or even bored and then abandoning things. So I'm kind of bored with this project and abandoning it. So be mindful of those things. If you're noticing in the next few weeks that you're becoming easily frustrated or irritable, just be mindful of it again, and then go back to our theme, remembering that there is strength and softness, and that you are allowed to slow down, to speed up. Because often what causes this impatience or this quick temper or grumpiness or frustration is this ram-like energy that Aries has. And on the shadow side, it can become like, well, if I don't do that, if I don't push forward all the time, then who am I? Am I enough? Am I worthy? And so we're all going to be playing in those waters in the next few weeks. However, the most beautiful thing, this is actually such a beautiful time to be in Aries new moon. The energy is all about courage. It's about self-sufficiency, and it's about inner authority. It's really a time for us to work on our inner belief systems, like believing in ourselves, what we're capable of, and tapping into that unshakable spirit within ourselves. With the last new moon, it was more like, I think I said it was more like a baptism, but this new moon energy is more like a renaissance. So it's going to be a month fueled with a lot of revelation. Be prepared for that. I know I'm already having them. Like the new moon was on Sunday, and on Monday morning, I had a sister circle and had the most profound revelation. So it's just, I'm already feeling it, along with a feeling of reawakening. So just really feeling this inner renaissance coming through. And in honor, as always, I always say in honor of the energy we're in. And so in honor of the Aries energy that we're in, this is a really good time to set intentions around what we want to create in a bold and boundless way, because that's very Aries energy. So you want to think sovereign, like putting the crown upon your head this month. And yeah, it's a really, really beautiful time. So, but also keep in mind, within this power, if you don't integrate that softness and willingness to soften, you can tend to go to the shadow side and start feeling really irritable, really frustrated. And so that's why I wanted to make this theme, because there's so much power and possibility in this month ahead, but we must stay soft. So let's go ahead and begin, as we always do, by getting in our bodies. And then we're going to come back, and then we'll go through a pretty in-depth process today. I have a lot of journaling prompts for us today that I'm really excited to go through. So all of you go ahead and get on your mat. I'm going to start sitting here, but then I have my mat behind me, and I'll be on my mat for the practice. But I'm going to open us up. And before you go, let's just make sure, it's so helpful for me to just do a quick sound check with you guys. That way I know the sound is really nice and coming through well. Let me go ahead and share my sound here. Put some music on. Okay, so I'm going to just put one of the middle songs on so that you guys can really hear. And what we're looking for is, and let's see, so on my screen, I can see Jody, Carrie, Candy, and Lex. So you guys can give me the snap. If the volume is just right, so the distance between, not the distance, but the sound quality between my voice and the music is good, let me know. If you want the volume of the music higher, do this. And if you want the volume of the music lower, do this. Let's go ahead and even get to the middle of the song. So if that feels a bit loud, like the music's overpowering my voice, then go like this. Oh, but if it's good, yeah, you all can just snap if you're like, that's the perfect. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of snap, snap, snaps. Okay, good. So you all like it louder than I know in the past I've had it a little quieter. So we're going a little louder this time. Okay, yeah, go ahead and get on over to your mats. Make sure you have 2 tennis balls and any other things that make you comfortable. Yep, good. Any other things that make you feel comfortable. We're gonna do a really sweet practice that will feel strong, but again, in theme, we're gonna allow for a softness to unfold. Like I said, I'll meet you on the mat in just a moment, but I'm gonna start here. And as always, feel free, you can turn your camera off, but know that when I'm recording this, it only records me, it doesn't record you unless you speak. So you don't have to be shy about being recorded, or you can keep it on, which is always nice too. And I'm gonna put the music on here. Right. So again, a reminder that our theme is strength in your softness. Strength in your softness. And those few simple words are a reminder of how to come back to our true power again and again, how to come back to our true power in our life. Which is so easy to fall stray from that, to get caught up in our patterns, the hustle, the bustle, the pushing, pushing, pushing. As far as I can tell, our true power is really in our ability to be present. And when we're present, we can begin to really create and feel a deep sense of inner peace. And I think ultimately, no matter what we're going after, that's what we're all seeking for on some level. How to find peace within. And again, remember, there's a softness, a receptivity, a patience that unfolds in our strength. Much like, imagine water flowing. And over time, water has the power to actually break down and shape rocks. So something as soft and fluid as water is able to literally transform Earth. And so today, as we move and we get embodied, I want to invite you to go deeper, really use your breath to break through some of the barriers that might be building up since we transitioned into this new moon or even before. Let's create space in our world for more space, for a deeper understanding of ourselves and others, for patience, for self-love. And let's all come together and let this be medicine in the deepest way. Our work today together and over the next few weeks is gonna be to find the being within the doing, to find the being within the doing.